when you plug in the Spotlight HDMI cable.
This time's for real, guys. Okay, I'm sorry I did totally hit that button by accident again. I don't even know how. I wasn't even recording. I sat down, I was going to play a little VR for a few minutes. And then, yeah, I hit the button. But I figured, now what the heck? We'll do a live stream for a few minutes. How's everybody doing? So, I'm really. I think what it was I tried to update. Oh, no, I fixed. I changed the hotkeys for the start record, and I probably picked a key that I shouldn't have. I think I picked like the comma or something, and I must have hit the comma on the keyboard. So that's how we started this time. So let me get to the chat here. I can't see what anybody's saying just yet. I like doing these middle of the week surprise streams. I keep saying that I hit it on accident, but maybe I don't. Maybe it's on purpose. It's not on purpose. All right, let's see. Pop this guy out. And on again, like your teen dating years. Nice. Next time, if I hit it, what I'm going to do is next time I hit it on accident, I'm not going to just quick and click it off. I'll just leave it going, and we'll just do it that way. So sorry again for that, but hey, had some exciting stuff. I was actually working on the Alexa media player component. Have you guys seen this? It's pretty cool. And I was having a problem, but the problem I was having, of course, was caused by myself. I had saved the script that you need to install, and I should have just copied and pasted it. So it introduced a couple lines into the file that didn't need to be there. All right. How's everybody doing? Nice break from the IKEA build. Oh, what are you building, Jeff? What are you building? I was looking at some IKEA like blackout shades that I'd like to automate with some steppers or something, because I still want to do that. Rob, I know Rob's around. Rob, we'd love to see your take on automated blinds, buddy. You're the man. You're the genius that can get it done. What am I doing? Like I said, I just came up here. I was going to play a little Oculus VR, but the work week, work month. Those are cool. So I can show you how I set those up. So those are, I think it's called history stats. Let me pull up my config file, and we can peek at it somewhere in here. Oh, I can show you guys the Huckleberry mount. We're calling that, I was talking about that Nerf gun, that Nerf Sentry gun thing. We're calling it the Huckleberry. I can show you, we built it. Still got a problem with the motors, I think, but I'll show you. All right, configuration. I've done a pretty good job of keeping all my stuff secret now, so I can go ahead and open this and not worry too much about revealing any major secrets. But this is what I was working on. Let's see. I think it's history stats. No, it's a sensor. That's it. It's a sensor. It's this, yeah, history stats. So what I did was, this is the work week. So the way this works is, it's the platform. Yeah, you can see it. The platform is history stats. This is just under sensors, right? So you just put it under your sensor section, and then history stats is the platform, and whatever you name it. And then the entity ID. What I've done is I made it my phone, and so it will track the state of my phone, based on my location, because I've got own tracks set up, and I've got zones set up. So I have a zone that says work, and we've got a zone for each of the kids' schools and some of the places that we go a lot. And so anytime that my phone registers as in the state or in the location of work, then it will keep track. And this particular one is the week, so it'll do 8 days. So it'll do it'll end now, and it'll go back 8 days. So every time you look at it, it's what it ended at, and it goes back 8 days. It's not actually now. It's like midnight or something like that. And then the month is the same kind of thing. It's just a different end in duration. So there's a really easy to follow page about that. The Home Assistant, on the Home Assistant documents, let's see, history stats. There you go. Yeah, it's really easy to follow, and they've got a bunch of the examples. So these are the examples of the timings. So if you want to do, what did you do today? Like, how long were you in a certain, how long was a sensor in a certain state today or yesterday or at a certain time of the day or this week or the last 30 or forever. So they give you some templates you can work with, and you can change them around a little bit if you want to. And it will track not just time, but it'll also track a ratio. So it'll be the length of time that you were in that state versus not in that state, or the absolute count, just the number of times that you went into that state or out of that state in a sensor. So it's cool stuff. I like it. I talked a little bit about this just very briefly in that Xbox video. Back to the chat. What am I missing? How does HR accept that as acceptable data when it comes time card time? Yeah, I don't know that I would rely on it for being paid. But that's awesome. That would be fun. All right, let me see if I can catch up. I'm relaxing before an evening of watching. Oh, on a tanker. Cool, Simon. Like a boat, like a big tanker boat. Which Google Wi-Fi router are you using, or just a regular old? So, Simon, I have right now. I'm still using my Netgear R7000. I did buy per Hookup Rob's recommendation the Google Wi-Fi 3-pack of routers. But I need to do a little work on my setup before I turn those Google Wi-Fi's on, because I don't want to have to change a bunch of IP addresses. So I have to do things in a certain order, and it will probably take a little time, and not that long, but maybe an hour or a couple hours to do. And I just haven't given it that time. So I've got those nice Google Wi-Fi routers. They're just hanging around. Buying a mesh network, make sure it's 100% stable. Yeah, I'm probably not the best one to tell you about what to do for network stuff. There's a lot of smarter guys than me. I've got this Netgear R7000, and we've been pushing the max on that thing, driving it to its limit for several months now. Just so many different devices connected. Sometimes we have 60 plus devices, and 30 of those are on the 2.4 gigahertz channel, and sometimes it just dies. Sometimes that 2.4 gigahertz, like, it just disappears from the router. Every device that's attached through the 2.4 is gone for a few minutes, and of course all the lights screw up and turn off and turn on, and it's awesome. All right. More than 16 devices at once. Dang, that stinks. What does your report look like in Home Assistant? You mean, I don't have, if I click one of these, I think it will give me, like, no, this doesn't give me a very long time period. I don't know what other report you mean. You mean like the history or the logbook, maybe? Oh, did I give out my Xbox Live API key? Did I screw that up? Did I? I can get a new one. Dang it. Dang it. Yep, I sure did. Ah. All right. Well, I'll get a new one. No big deal. In the meantime, I guess you guys can go. Maybe I should just go do that right now. Let's do that real quick. I was so close to not screwing up and giving away secret information on the live stream. Would have been the first time that I didn't mess up. All right, I'm going to go here to settings, and I'm going to generate a new API key. Am I running multiple subnets? I'm not, and I'm trying to avoid that, but maybe that's what I'm going to end up having to do. When I first, hey Grandpa, how's it going? Joe, Grandpa's place is actually Joe. Now I recognize your picture from Facebook. So the what was I saying about the multiple subnets? Oh, so when I first hooked up the Google Wi-Fi, I had my Netgear router. So I have my modem from Comcast, who does our internet, and that was going directly from there to the Netgear router, and then I connected the Google Wi-Fi stuff from there. The problem was they were on separate subnets, and so I had like all my wired connection stuff, all my Raspberry Pis for all these different things, plus a bunch of the desktop computers and stuff were all wired, connected to different switches and stuff that were all coming out of the Netgear, and so it wasn't able to communicate with the other stuff on the Google Wi-Fi. So that's what I did it one day, I hooked it all up, and then that was the problem I found, and so I disconnected and haven't gone back up there yet. So secondhand Ubiquiti, yeah, the Ubiquiti stuff, that's what I keep hearing. And I like the idea of getting it secondhand, because paying like $600 for one unit when potentially you need multiples, that's a little steep. That's a little steep. You want to get a 3D printer for beginners. Any recommendation? Well, Charlie, I assume you want to keep it low on the budget. So as far as I know, the best is, or at least recently, in the last maybe year or so, is the CR10 and maybe the CR10S. There's some other people that have got, I think the A8 or something, which is another similar thing. They're usually, some form of kit that you do have to put together a little bit, and you can get, the nice thing about the CR10 is you can get the extras that you want, and maybe not get all of the extras yet and get some more things later on. But I have a friend that has a CR10. I think he spent maybe $500 or maybe $600 or $700 at the most on it, and it makes some really nice prints. Mine is a Lulzbot Taz 5, so it's a couple years old. You can get one of those for about $1,200. So they're pricey, but it's been great. It's been super solid for me, and comes all calibrated and set and ready to go. Just tuned in from Sydney. Thanks, Sean. Welcome to another surprise live stream where I really wasn't planning on live streaming, but why not, right? What the heck? Okay, let's see if I can back up and see what somebody was saying. Hass has a set state service. Yes, they do. So you can test it, right? You can go to, were you answering somebody's question? No, you were asking a question. Yeah, so you can pick an entity like, let's not pick an automation. Let's pick something like Janice's. No, these are all automations. Oh, we'll pick something like this garage door, and we can set the state. I don't know if it'll do open or on, but we'll set the state to on, and then we'll just do that. And then if we go down here, should show up. We find it. These are all automations. It's going to be under binary sensors. Doesn't look like it worked. Anyways, I don't do it. I haven't used it, but yeah, there is a set state, and I think you can do that. The purpose for that, as far as I would think, would be to test, to test an automation or test something else. Montreal. I did push the live button again by accident. Willington. That's cool. Yeah, I did accidentally push it. And then I did the same thing I did last time. I pushed it and then I went, oh crap. The first indication that I got that I had accidentally hit the live stream button was a notification popped up on my phone that said DrZzs is live. And I was like, wait, no, he isn't. He's right here. So, but yeah, from now on, anytime I push it on accident, I'm just going to go ahead and stream for a bit. So, subnet router for subnets to communicate with each other. Putting devices on different access points might help with the instability. Yeah, probably true. Are you a network guy, Bobby? That would be helpful. Hello, Eduardo. Z's. Have you had any problems doing the logic between the Sonoff light switches and the room lights, aka movie mode dim lights 50%? And I haven't done any dimming with any of my lights. I just don't. We don't have a lot of situations where we do that. If I was going to, I would probably use LED strips and dim them. Just mechanically something. So I haven't done that. What problems are you having, Andrew? Maybe we can help you solve them. Amazon has a... Oh, sorry. I've got an echo.
I'm not sure.
I've got an echo dot on my desk here that I was tinkering with, and I've got it set to react to the word Amazon. Do I have emulation on Sonoff devices for HA detection? I don't have emulation on any of my Sonoffs. I have, well, I guess you guys can have you can have this. Not probably those yet. All right, let's move this. What I have is just the discovery component. So somebody asked me, okay, I think I'm not revealing any secret information. Oh, that's not the right spot. There. Okay. So that right there, if you just have this line for discovery, and then if you do the set option 19.1, then that, I don't know what that does on the Sonoff, but if you have this line that just says discovery in your configuration.YAML, and then you do set option 19 space 1 in the console in Tasmota on a Sonoff or anything else, then it will auto discover it. Why don't I create Telegram or WhatsApp group so we can talk to each other about our projects? Oh, we have Facebook. Will that work? We have Facebook, and I'm on Discord a lot. So we can, but Facebook seems to have been lately the place that everybody's been going. I have never used WhatsApp or Telegram really. But if you want the Facebook, let me post it again. I think this is it. Copy and paste. So there you go. So I'm on there a lot, but so are a bunch of other people. I think we're getting close to 300 members. We've only been doing it a few weeks, and there's a lot of good discussion that goes on. People share projects, people ask questions. A lot of people give good help, better than I could do. So it's great, because if you just come to me, I'll tell you what I know, but there's always a limit to what I know or what I can do, how much I can get to. All right. Hass.io and Sonoff isn't really stable. Whenever I restart Home Assistant, it will randomly turn on some Sonoff switches, even with retain turned off. You know what, LaFed? Me too. And I don't know why. I was thinking about it again today. I've got, and it's different lights now than it was maybe a couple months ago. But I have some Sonoffs that I have, like the very first ones I installed. If you go back to the very first videos where I did the porch lights, I have never had a problem with those. I have 3 of them. One in the front porch, back porch, and then we kind of have a little side yard that has a light. And I've never had any problems with any of those Sonoffs misbehaving in any way. But yeah, sometimes now, this is a funny one. Every time I restart Home Assistant, the lock on my office, it's a magnetic lock I did, it locks every time. I've got the same power on state settings, the same power retain settings, the same MQTT retain in the switch settings and in the configuration.YAML. Still, sometimes it locks, and I don't exactly know why. Yeah, turn off retain on the Home Assistant side, Travis. That's what I started doing. I turned off retain on the Home Assistant side. I started doing power retain 1, but I'm still getting some misbehavior sometimes. So I don't know. CR10 Mini would be a good 3D printer. The Mini, probably. Yeah. I mean, it depends how big of things you want to print. What I found is I don't usually print big things. I've got a huge print bed, 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. I even have the Moore extruder, which is this big extruder head that can put out, gosh, what does it do? It's like a millimeter, over 1.2 millimeter wide, filament strips, which is huge compared to the 0.5 that the usual, 0.5 or sometimes smaller. So I can print big things, but I just hardly ever do. Most of the things I print are going to be, they're going to be somewhere in this size range. So I don't know how big the Mini is, but it's probably good enough, especially if you're getting started. If you think you're going to want to get bigger later, then probably go bigger to begin with. And that's one nice thing about the CR10 is the regular CR10 has a pretty big print space. Right. Power retain 1 and then retain off in Home Assistant is the way to go. So listen to Travis. He knows what he's talking about. What I probably have is some setting somewhere in the Sonoff or in the config or someplace. It might even be an automation. Maybe I've got it set to lock because of the state of something else that I forgot that I had done. So that's probably why it's happening. Every time I restart mine, you get a text message that the CPU temp has returned to normal for each of your systems. Oh gosh, I've been monitoring and charting my CPU temps and warning them. Hi. Yeesh. You know what else happened to somebody else? I can't remember who now was telling me about this, but it was pretty funny. It was wasn't Node-RED. Was it the dashboard? It was something that Frank did. You guys have all, if you have add-ons, if you've added add-ons for Hass.io, then you've gotten something from Frank. You've benefited from Frank. I think he actually is. Yeah, this Frank right here. He's a pretty smooth guy. Good dude, knows a lot of stuff. Well, it must have been one of these. It must have been the App Daemon one or something. I can't remember. There was some audio file in one version of the repository at some point, and somebody that, per my recommendation on a video, had installed whatever it was, and then they were getting a message that says, something. This is Frank Niehoff, something, 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 and it would just randomly happen in the middle of the night over their speakers. And the wife, of course, that was a pretty low wife approval factor when that announcement went off in the middle of the night. So I think he figured it out. I can't remember what was happening. Hamilton, New Zealand, awesome. I got to get down there someday. New Zealand. I got to get to that side of the globe one of these days. Is it safe to use a Sonoff for a garage door? Will it open if you restart Home Assistant? Mine have not given me a problem. I use the Sonoff SV for the garage doors, and I like it. No, Stephen, we're on. No, we're on. Come join us. I got to find him. He thinks he missed it. Stephen McKillen. He's always missing the live streams, but we're really on. Come back. He's probably watching the other one where I clicked it off. So I don't have any problem with my Sonoffs opening randomly on the garage doors. So I think they're plenty safe. It's been quite reliable for me. Hey, Tom. Currently have security lights and heating and cooling all working with each other from all the things I've taught. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. So happy I found you. Hey, you're welcome, Bob. I'm having fun. These are fun projects that I'd be doing anyways. And we've got some video equipment. And so it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun to kind of grow a little community of people that are all interested in the same stuff, I wish I had more answers. I think I get a lot of people that ask a lot of questions that I don't have the answers for, and I try. But I said if you watched the live stream on Sunday, I'm totally overwhelmed with emails. I just got another really detailed, good email that was really long that I looked at and I read it. And I was like, gosh, I really want to help this guy, but it's going to take me 20 minutes to read this. So I'll do it at some point and I'll give him an answer, but it's not going to be quick, unfortunately. I'm just me. All right. Trying to automate the garage door to open when you turn the corner onto the street. Sonoff SV installed and configured. Martin, have you done the car presence? Have you done Luma's car presence with the D1 Mini? Because that's the magic. That is the magic bullet when it comes to opening your garage door on time. Why am I getting messages from Steven on here? I'm going to go to him and tell him that we're on the live stream. Can I share my config.YAML file on my website? Let me reply to Steven real quick. We are live. I'm going to tell him, go to the main channel page, and there's another stream to click on. Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to do that. What 50/50? Let me go in and fix my Xbox API key now and get a new one and then put that in my secrets box. But then I need to do that. But I got to tell you, my configuration.yaml file is not going to be great. Let me point you to, have you looked at the examples on the Home Assistant website? because if you go to Home Assistant, there's a bunch of examples where people who are way better than me have posted their configs in a way that you can make good use of them. Not that one. Not the blog examples. Yeah, this is it. So it says it's called Cookbook. I guess the name of the page is Cookbook. Paste. Okay, so if you go there, you can see this. And this has a bunch of really smart people, and most of these are like the devs, and some of these guys really have some great stuff. You know, these guys, geniuses when it comes to this stuff, and they put their stuff out there to share. So way better examples than what you'll get from me. But yes, I have been meaning to do that. I just haven't taken the time yet. You have a screenshot of what? Have I tried Lovelace? I have totally tried Lovelace, and I want to try it some more. Yeah, Travis, same here, man. It's just a mess of half-finished stuff. Which dashboard is best? Right now you're using the one from Node-RED, but you have seen others. Is there a preference? I really liked HA Dashboard. I think it was really pretty. It just really looked nice, and you could do a lot of stuff with it. There's some other, if you go to this add-on page, there's actually another one. Was it in, what did I see it in the, did I see it in the add-on page? It's in the community add-ons. You know, is there a favorite? Oh, this one, Home Assistant Control Panel. Check this one out. If you look at this one, you know, it's really simple, but I think it's going to be really easy to set up. I haven't done it, but it looks really simple. So if the HA dashboard config was too much customization and hard to get together, this looks like a really nice one. And then once again, we have Frank to thank for it. Every once in a while, you can catch Frank on Twitch. I did one time. Who was it? Was it Travis? Did you tell me? Somebody told me, hey, Frank's on Twitch. And so we got on there and we just were chatting with him while he was tinkering around with some programming. Cool guy. But I'm also really excited about Lovelace. Lovelace is going to be really cool. And that's one of the things that I was going to maybe spend a little bit of time doing tonight is tinkering around with the floor plan thing on Lovelace. Have you seen that? Let's see. Where did it go? Got too many tabs open. Yeah, I've got too many tabs, and now I don't have the Lovelace tab open. But the way that they've got this new, the floor plan thing. So if we look at the Lovelace, I don't know about the name. I guess it's fine, but I'd like to change it. Okay, so if you go to the Lovelace page here, where is, oh, there it is. All these things down here at the bottom. So you can do a bunch of stuff. And if you go to, which one was it? Not picture elements, iframe, markdown, media, vertical stack. Man, which one was it? It wasn't map. Glance. Nope. Did you filter iframe? I don't think so. Nope. There's one in here. Oh, this is it. Picture element cards. So this is going to be really cool. So you can take a drawing of your floor plan or a picture of your house or whatever you want, and you can see how they've got these light bulbs and the temperature and stuff just kind of laid out on here, similar to HA floor plan, but way easier because all you have to do is in your configuration, which is in your Lovelace UI config, you tell it here where you, this top left, this is telling it where to put the icon. So instead of, you know, they had those, the very first Lovelace that they put out a few weeks ago, you could do a picture, and then at the bottom of the picture, you could have a bunch of different switches or lights or whatever, sensors even at the bottom of the page, but they stayed at the bottom. This essentially is saying you can do the same thing. You can lay it on top of any picture you want, like a picture of your house, floor plan, and then you can tell Lovelace where to put those icons. So you can lay them on top of the rooms on the floor plan with two simple lines like this to tell it, you know, where it goes. That's cool. I want to do that for sure, real soon. All right. Only guy our age, now the joke. How's it going, Stefan? You found us. Hot dog. All right, now I totally missed everything that you guys have said for the last couple minutes. You're just doing the Home Assistant floor plan now. Floor plan's still cool. It's not without its issues, unfortunately. Like this, you know, it doubles for some reason. That's maybe there's an updated version that I haven't updated to, but like it doesn't always work. So this is my little office room here. Let's see if we can go to the floor plan, the big one. And so if I click my fan, yeah, okay, it worked. Turned off the fan. The light though, I can't click in the room anywhere to turn the light off. So that's a bummer. I can click the hallway. So I just turned the light on in the hallway out there. So that works. But anyways, I'm gonna do this same kind of thing with Lovelace, and I think it'll be easier to set up. I'm hoping. Anyways. But floor plan's really cool. You know, mine is super basic. You can do some beautiful things with floor plan. You probably watched the video if you're setting it up. All right. Ooh. Oh, let's see, Tom. Who has a link that they need to post? It won't let you post it here. Will it? I don't know. Is there a way you can send it to me? You want to send it to me on Discord, or do you want to email me or something, and I can try and post it? What's it about? I missed what you guys were talking about. Greetings from New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans. I went there February for a little conference, and all I could think about was the movie Interview with the Devil, or Interview with a Vampire. With Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. It was all foggy at night and stuff, and it was cool. And then I could hear the Concrete Blondes Bloodletting song in my head too as we were driving around. It was fun. Nola Peeps. I don't know. I'm missing everything you guys are talking about. Okay, who dat? Floor plan is pretty awesome. Having issues with Alexa and getting double and triple devices. And they're all Home Assistant devices. One device has 5 duplicates. Oh boy, Mark. Is that, are you using that new Home Assistant, or the new, to get Alexa text to speech thing? Is that what you're talking about? Or is it something else? To use Alexa as a media player. There's a new add-on component combo to get Alexa as a media player. That's the video I was working on today. Link for installing Hass.io and VM. Have mine running on your NAS VM. Oh. Well, go to the Facebook group, post it in there, because you know there's probably other people that'll be interested, and there's no filter there. Post whatever you want. So S31s are 16 amps, awesome. All right, you got to do some real work, Stefan. Well, I'm glad you caught us. I feel like you're always missing out on the live streams, or at least sometimes. So I'm glad you caught us. Mark says no. Are you just doing Alexa? And it's showing duplicates. I don't know. Mine honestly don't. Do they even show up on here? Oh gosh, see, look, I restarted Home Assistant and my off is locked. I'm gonna unlock it. The garage lights are on for some reason. Do my Alexa things even show up here? I don't think they do. This is a audio cast. This is cool. Do you guys have Roku? Any of you guys have Roku? Roku's awesome. You can actually turn on the Roku and pick the channel. It automatically discovers it, and then you can, right here, or through an automation if you wanted to, you can pick what you wanted it to play, at least what app you want it to open. That's pretty cool. There's a text-to-speech box here, but I haven't tried it. I don't know if it works. Volumio again. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can help you, Mark. Give us some more specifics on maybe what kind of setup you have for Alexa. Maybe that's why, or maybe we can tell you why. Pool pump with a TH16. Okay, good luck. Have you figured out your startup amps on the motor and such, or are you just using? Were we talking about this, Ryan? Was that you I was talking to? I was talking to somebody about something like that. But yeah, good luck with it. Have I ever had any MQTT connection loss while Wi-Fi stays connected with your Node MCUs? No, I don't think so. But trust me, I've had plenty of weird things, so I'm not surprised that you're having issues. I wish I had that problem so I could tell you how to fix it. No Roku. What do you have? Open Elec. I don't know what that is. Is that like a Kodi or something? My installation of Home Assistant is on a Raspberry Pi running Hass.io, but it's soon going to be Hass.os. Have you guys seen that? They just put out an announcement today that now they've got Hass.os. So what you're going to have to do is take your Hass.io, if you want to convert, which you're going to want to convert, you're going to take your Hass.io snapshot and then save it, and then install on a new SD card this Hass.os, and then install your snapshot. So it should be fairly painless, but I'll do it, and then I'll do a video. Let's see. What can I do if the lock status of my Z-Wave lock doesn't work properly? I don't have any Z-Wave stuff. So, Sto, I would say head to the probably the best place to. I like going to Discord. Discord is great for getting really smart folks to help. And if you go there and you try it and you don't get somebody that can help you, just try again in a little while or the next day or something else, because different times of day, there's different people on, and you're bound to find somebody that can help you. Because I'll post the link for the Discord also, because it's a great resource. I'm on there every day, and I'm by far not the smartest guy on there. Not even close. Not even in the top half. There's a lot of really good people that really know a lot of stuff. All right, copy link. And then let's see if it'll let me post this here. Yep, great. So if you hit that link, it'll take you to the Discord channel and give you a chance to sign up or sign in or whatever if you haven't used Discord before. And then it's a wealth of people on there. There's always hundreds of people logged in. So, and most of the devs, if not all of them, are there. What is the advantage of Hass.os? There's technical details that I don't understand, not being a programmer and not really getting into it. But they say that it's a different operating system base that's going to let them interact with more kinds of devices. I think if you go to the blog for the day, that's what they're talking about. I'll post it right over here. So this is the blog about it from today. And so, they talk about some stuff that I don't understand. But it's supposed to be, I think they said the purpose. This is what you do to migrate. The goal is a full-featured hub system that allows anybody to use Home Assistant. That's a noble cause, right? So anyways, and then they're going to, keep putting out new versions. Like instead of Hass.io, it's just going to be Hass.os. So the migration should start pretty soon. I'm going to start as soon as I can get a little time to do it. What am I missing? This stream is 20 seconds behind the chat. So you guys already answered all each other's questions. Is it 20 seconds? Wow, that's really long. I wonder if there's anything I can do to change that. I think there is. Great Scott did a video on waterproof Arduino devices. Cool. I've watched some of his stuff. He's a good guy. Smart guy. Charlie, Alexa and Google Home are in Spain and Latin America. Want to change to Spanish voices. Any pointers on how to do it? You mean in Home Assistant or through? You probably mean directly on the Alexa or the Home Assistant. I don't know. I'm sure there's a setting. I wish I could point you in the right direction. If you were doing, when I did the text to speech, I know that you can set your language for text to speech, so that when you type in a sentence in Spanish, then Google Say will do it, correctly instead of pronounce it like a gringo. All right. How do I cut out the background? I have a green screen behind you and a blanket. I have a green screen on the wall back there. Let's see if I can actually, let me switch cameras for a second. Maybe. No, that camera's misbehaving. Yeah, I can't. But what I can do, I can turn the filter off for a second, I think. It's going to look kind of cruddy. Chroma key. Bing! There it is. So that's what it looks like behind me in real life. I have on my chair, I have a piece of green screen cloth. And then on the wall hanging over there, I've got just a big green screen. It's just I think it was $15 or $20 from Amazon. But I actually have Banggood sending me a green screen that I want to mount on the chair. So it'll be right here. And hopefully it'll help. You know, sometimes there's a little bit of, you can see a little bit of greenness or a little bit of funkiness around it. It's because that wall is probably 6 or 7 feet behind me, and the lighting's not great on the green screen on the wall. So if I have the thing right behind me, and then I have the light directly in front of me shining on that screen right behind me, it might look even better. But yeah, that's how I do it, James. Can't wait for the OS. They do support the Raspberry Pi B+. Yes. It says it right there. Right. Yes, right here. Look. Supports the Raspberry Pi B+. Are you on the Facebook group? Had a similar problem a few days ago. Oh, my famous green shirt. Oh yeah, my famous green shirt is right here. I see that's what happens when you weren't planning. I wasn't planning to stream, so I don't have this on. I wasn't planning to record. We were going to play Super Hot VR. I don't know. My kids say it's awesome. If you have more questions, James, about filming, I'll tell you everything I know. Simon must be talking. Simon's asking somebody else about the Facebook stream. Done. Get on that tonight. All right, Stone Wallace. That's awesome. Yeah, let me know how it goes. It seems like it should be pretty straightforward. The key is first do a full snapshot backup, and then take that snapshot backup and save it off of your Pi, or somewhere where you'll be able to get to it, and then install it. I would install it on a separate SD card just so you can always go back if you have a problem, and then you should be able to just transfer those files over there. If you use encryption, then there's some other things you have to do, I think. Oh no, if you have custom network configuration, or if you've configured SSH development access, so then there's other stuff you have to do. But it should be pretty straightforward. These Home Assistant developers are great. I hope someday I get to meet them, some of them, and shake their hands and just tell them how awesome it's been. I wish I knew like how they get paid or how all the financing works on this. I can't imagine that everybody who's working on this is volunteering their time. They're probably volunteering a lot of time, because my guess is they really hardly ever stop working on it. Got to figure out how to get your kids to use the camera when you're recording stuff. You want to start slipping them some money. But you want them to hold the camera? Get a tripod. I have to banish the kids when I'm streaming most of the time, or recording most of the time, because they love being on the screen, as you guys have seen. And so just need a nice Amazon budget to start filming thing. I'd like to do a few things myself, but dropping money on sensors and new stuff to build lately. Yeah. You can do it. Now I'm using a little bit different setup. I've got this microphone's $100 and something. I'm using a $100 and something webcam and a lot of different things now. But when I started, I was using my phone and a $5 clip-on mic, and then this $20 green screen. And that was it. And then, well, I shouldn't say that was it. I have a Mac, and so we started with iMovie, but quickly went to Final Cut Pro, which was $300. But that's a lifetime. $300 forever. You don't have to buy anything else. So, but if you use a Mac, if not, then you probably end up having to pay for Adobe Premiere or something else. We need to have a Home Assistant or Hass.io barbecue cookout. Heck yeah, we do. Heck yeah. It'll probably be like in, I don't even know where most of them are. They're not in the US. most of them are not. So, but hey, what better reason to take a trip to Europe, right? Go tour around and have several Home Assistant get-togethers in a few different countries. That'd be awesome. Have I checked out your Instructable on how to build a hybrid Sonoff switch? Oh, Vicious. Is that Vicious? I don't think I have. Post it in the home Facebook, and I'll try and check it out. Raccoon barbecue. Oh man, Joe. All right, I'll eat it. As long as you ran it over yourself. Hass.os support external USB hard disks. Don't worry about your Pi Flash getting corrupted with regular use, recording events, etc. Yeah, I definitely would say you want to buy a high quality SD card, and do frequent backups off of your Pi. So it's pretty easy to do, and Hass.io already with snapshots. In fact, I just did one yesterday. You just do this full snapshot, create it, and then when you click on a snapshot like this, you can download it someplace else. So I just download it and move it, to a different, I just use the Samba and put it on my laptop or something, and then it's safe. Actually, I put it in my Google Drive, so it's double safe. So, but yeah, I've only lost in all my times of having a Pi running whatever, and pulling the plug on them instead of shutting them down and doing all the bad things that you're not supposed to do, using fairly cheap SD cards. I've only had one crash. So, but it crashed and I lost my, that was my open media vault. Oh my gosh, Joe, really? You're going to shoot a raccoon and butcher it on your channel? Okay. All right, I'll check it out. Yeah, James, I would volunteer my place. I mean, we could start getting an idea of how many people would come, and then decide what size venue we have. Utah is not super central, but it's not terrible. So, I'd love it. I'd love it if it was. We could probably host 40 or 50 people at our house, and if it got much bigger than that, we could just get some other place. But I would love to just hang out. It would be a lot of fun. It's fun, chatting and stuff a lot, but getting to actually meet each other would be pretty cool. Share some stories. You guys could look at my house and make fun of how I don't have so many things implemented that I should or that I want to. I figure it out, do a cool video, maybe install one, and then move on. And I have so many half-finished, unfinished things. Watching my earlier stream. Did you guys catch the song I was singing? Do you know what song that was? That was Weird Al singing I'm So Inactive. It's the spoof on Radioactive by whoever sings that, Imagine Dragons. It's I'm So Inactive. Yeah. Anyways. Coon is an acquired taste. I'll bet it is. Ugh. Dirty little beasts. We used to get them in our garbage cans in Michigan and Virginia. We don't get them in Utah. They are here, but we don't have too many around here at all. Wichita in August. You be in Wichita in August? Dallas, Wisconsin. Let's do it. Gonna make the World Maker Faire in New York. When is the World Maker Faire in New York? I'm gonna do another Maker Faire here in Utah in September. But and that'll be my second one, so I'm getting better. I'm getting better, so maybe maybe I'd love New York City. When is it? When is the World Maker Faire in New York? San Francisco's a bit closer to me, but I like New York, as long as it's not like the middle of summer. Have I ever been to Montreal or Canada? I've only driven through. I drove from Detroit across the bridge to Niagara Falls and Buffalo. That's it. So, but Canada sounds awesome. I think if they would let me go live there to retire, that's probably what I'll do. Raccoon, possum, rabbit, deer, you've eaten it all. Oh man. What have I eaten that's weird? I've eaten rattlesnake in Arizona once. Where in Michigan did I live? Detroit suburbs? No, I lived in Ann Arbor. That was where I did med school. So that's why so much of my stuff is maize and blue. But my family's from my extended family, grandparents and such are from Michigan. They lived in Where do they live? North of Detroit a little bit. I love Detroit. I like, it's a fun place. Oh, September 22nd and 23rd, World Maker Faire, New York. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try and do 2019 because that's a little short notice. And I've got the Maker Faire in right down the street here on the 15th. And then actually that weekend, that 22nd, 23rd, there's a video, like a YouTube conference thing here in Utah. And I'm going to that too on that weekend. Get the creators to show up to the barbecue. Which we'll invite everybody. We'll invite them all. Bring them all. Rattlesnake, copperhead's not worth cooking. Oh man, I can't believe you know the difference between the kinds of snakes. How they taste. Still looking for the Facebook group. Let's post it again. Here it comes. Paste. What about the South? Charlie, you mean like for a get together? Maybe, you know what we'll try and do. I don't know how many Maker Fairs I could travel to, but we sure try. What made me move to Utah? Job, really. My wife's family and job. So I'm from Nevada. I'm from Nevada, grew up in Las Vegas, and then, bounced around the country for training and schooling and such. And then most of my wife's family had moved from Nevada to Utah. And so when it came time to find a place to settle down permanently, Utah was the place. So here we are. We've been here now 7 years. It's beautiful. I love it. Berkeley, moved from Chicago a few years back and love it. Yeah, I like Michigan. I like the state. I like clouds, and I don't like a lot of sun. It's unfair how hot it gets there in the summer though. On Washtenaw Road, you go out and eat in Ann Arbor. Awesome. I try and get up there for a football game every once in a while. I don't think we'll make it this year, but we have med school reunion and football weekend up there every once in a while when we can. Is there a link that request to join the Facebook group? Oh yeah, that's right too. If you go to DrZzs.com, yep, there is. Tyson set that up, so you can go there to link to the Facebook group and everything else. We're working on that website. I got my oldest boy is 16, and I'm putting him to work on the website. So come on in. I'm streaming actually. It was accidental, but I'll do it for a few more minutes, and then we'll sign off. Okay. Anybody use one of these radio thermostats? Not I. I don't have any smart thermostats yet. I'm on there though. It's on my list. Originally from California, the northern half. Bobby, aren't you like in? I can't remember. You're not here. Are you in Japan or something? I can't remember where you are. Is there a tutorial which explains the syntax and structure of Hass.io? Lost with the YAML stuff. I don't think there is that I know about or that I've seen, that I've watched. But I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. I would like to. I'm not a master of it. Do you have specific questions, Stowe? We can try and give you some direction about like which is what works and what doesn't work. YAML is pretty sensitive to things like spacing, so you've got to have the right number of spaces. It's pretty. Most of this stuff is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. When it starts getting tricky is when you get into templates. If I have a template around here. Yeah. Anyways, where it gets real tricky is when you try and set up templates, because templates can get the syntax is kind of wild. You've got all kinds of different here, like this. These value templates. And I think after you look at them for a while, it starts to make a little more sense. But what in the goodness gravy is all of that, right? That's what I would say. Holy cow. So this is just something that I copied. Fortunately, though, there's a lot of examples in all the documents, and then you can always, I go to Discord a lot and I say, hey, this is the line from my YAML, and it's not working. And then usually you find somebody pretty quickly that will spit back at you what it's supposed to be. So just installed Hass.io, trying to get going. I was really frustrated with the Z-Wave stuff. Yeah, sorry, man. I don't mess with Z-Wave on principle that it's just too expensive. So I don't know anything about Z-Wave. Somebody offered to give me some once, and I said, sure, you can give it to me, but I don't want to buy it. And then I haven't seen it yet. Wish they'd gone with JSON. They do a lot of JSON. I mean, like this really is, as far as I know, JSON, some of it. At least I guess it transfers, but you can, there's a lot of YAML to JSON converters online. If you know JSON, you put in your JSON, you can convert it to YAML. Yeah, templates are tough, Tom. Templates are tough. For Lovelace. Did I see the link you sent me in Discord? When was that? James, was that today? I haven't been on Discord much today. I came home early from work and took a nap. It was glorious. I was looking at the custom cards though with the floor plan. Were you on when we were talking about that earlier? Because it looks awesome. Oh, nope, I didn't get it. I'm just now looking at it. Cool card to try out. Is it all right if I open it? Oh, wow. Oh, so it gives you a dial, a thermostat that's a dial, and you can hold it. Oh, really? Cool. Oh, that is awesome. Does it work with other thermostats? It must, right? It doesn't have to be a Nest. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Where'd you find that? Let's see, I got a couple other mentions here somewhere. Oh, in the DIY. Sweet. Yeah, templates. I'm barely starting to understand templates. I think I could probably put together a simple one, or at least last time I tried, I got really close. And then of course it didn't work. I had to go to Discord and get some help, but it was close. Flooding in Western Japan. Oh man. Just earthquakes. Oh yeah. No flooding, just earthquakes. Yikes. Well, be safe, Bobby. That's scary stuff. We don't have too many natural disasters here. Our natural disasters are wildfires, which are mostly idiots with fireworks. Dale H made you change your name to Hee Hee on Discord. Oh man. All right, C-Wires, go with the battery option. Started the Slack community for a few months back to collaborate. Didn't get much traction, so it helps a lot when you have a question. Yeah, well, head over. I mean, Discord. I've used Slack, and I have like two groups. One group of friends, and then another group of kind of like project collaborator guys that use Slack. But I have a lot more communities on Discord that I'm a part of and bounce back and forth between. I just joined one the other day for Tasmo admin because I was having some trouble, and they had a Discord channel. So, something like that's not going to have nearly the number of users, but you're going to get the important users. And if you at their name, and you'll get their attention, and they'll be able to see that you wrote them a question. So it's pretty helpful. App Cups Home Assistant add-on to monitor my UPS. Works like a charm, super easy. UPS like uninterruptible power supply? Is that what it is? Or you mean like your packages arriving from UPS? Oh, and then you changed it. Aw. Nothing flashy, but it works. Have I ever tried ESPerna? I still have not tried ESPerna. I've got to get to the RF bridge again, and I want to do two more things with the RF bridge. I want to do Tasmota and get it working with Tasmota, because I think I've got some new help that'll be able to make that work. And then I want to try ESPerna on it, and I also need to just put ESP Easy and probably ESPerna on a basic Sonoff basic, and then just do a nice comparison of the two, of the three. But so far I've been just all into Tasmota and haven't had a lot of time to get as in-depth in another system yet. So wish you could show a screeny of it, of APC UPS. Maybe I can just search for it. I want an uninterruptible power supply. I want one. I've tagged a Chinese electronics website that has one that says that they would send me stuff to review. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask them for the UPS at some point, the power supply. But I don't want to ask them for it until I can actually make the video in a short period of time, because most of the time they want them like in the next week or two once I get the thing. I'm looking at what you just sent me, James. Oh, that thing is cool. Man, that thermostat thing for Lovelace is awesome. That's really cool. I'm excited. They're sure making the right choice with this Lovelace thing. Hooked up to your cable modem router and RPi to let the internet power outage. You have to receive notifications when the power goes out. Yeah, that's awesome, Stone Wallace. I think that's what I want for sure. I want something that's going to run the router, and the Raspberry Pi, and a few other sort of critical systems when the power goes out for some short period of time. Power never goes out here for very long, but even when it just goes for a second, you can actually, when the power went out and I lost that, it was that Open Media Vault Pi I was telling you about, where the SD card got corrupt. It was just a blink. It was just a flash of a power outage, and that Pi just would never come back up. Wanted to ask your permission to use one of my videos in your Instructables. How to ask? Go for it. Use my videos however you want. I mean, I don't expect that there's anything bad you could do with them. So unless you just get on there and say, this bald idiot, he doesn't know what he's doing, then that might not be as. But if I am an idiot, go ahead and do that. That's fine. No, you go ahead and use whatever you need, whatever you want. That's awesome. It helps me, because you put a link to my video on your Instructable and somebody reads it and comes to the video. We just help each other out. It's awesome. So yeah, have at it. Link whatever you want. 2.5 bridges, Tasmatize, and working with Node-RED. Awesome. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about Node-RED too. If you haven't, when I did the Node-RED install video, at the time, the best method was through that notorious BDG repository. But now, thanks to Frank, we have an official Home Assistant community add-on that's for Node-RED here in the community Hass.io add-ons. This one right here, maintained by Frank. And in this Node-RED, it's got all of these. It's got all of these things already preset. So all of your Home Assistant stuff is set here, and he's got a whole bunch of other different nodes that were not part of the other, method or the other add-on for installation. So there's a lot of really, really good stuff here. It's a lot more setup. You still have to set up your server, but overall, you drop a couple of steps and you gain a bunch of functions without having to install them yourself. So easy to do. You just go to the community add-ons page and search for. Well, if you already have the community add-ons page, you should have it. I would uninstall the other Node-RED first and then install this one. If you have flows and things you've already used, maybe save those and re-import them. But I still don't have but maybe 1 or 2 flows that I've even used. Still just haven't had time to learn it. Just too many cool things to learn in too little time. Joe has a 5 kilowatt generator. You know what else? We have solar panels. We haven't flipped the switch yet, but they're all installed. I'd like to do one of those batteries. There's a guy in I think he's in San Diego or LA named Jehu Garcia. It's his YouTube channel, and he takes like old laptop batteries and he's made electric car batteries out of them, but he also makes power walls, so you can have like a huge battery storage system, for less. I think he said less than $1,000 or a few $100, depends on how big, But he gets those 18650 batteries from wherever he can get them, and shows you how to wire them up with fuses and everything. Pretty sweet. One of these days we'll have something like that. Yes, you were out 12 hours before you discovered it. Jeez. T1 US version in the 3-way light switch setup. Oh, David, that's going to be tricky, brother. Trying to think how you would do that. I don't know that you could do it with just that T1. I'd have to really do some thinking and maybe get creative with the wiring. The easy solution would be to use the T1 in one box, and then in your other box where you've got your other 3-way switch, just install something with a button that will send an MQTT message to trigger the first one with the lights. That's if you watch the oldest of the 3-way switch videos I did, that's how I did it. I just installed 3 Sonoff basics, one in each of the switch boxes around this upper floor, and one of them actually is connected to the lights, and then the others are powered by different circuits. They don't have to be on the same circuit, but they're receiving power. And then when you press those buttons, all it does is send an MQTT message to Home Assistant that says, toggle that light. If it's on, turn it off. If it's off, turn it on. And all 3 of those switches work that way. So that's the easy way to do it. You'd have to get a second Sonoff device of one kind or another. You could use another T1 in the other switch box if you want to, or just a Sonoff or something like that. But anything that'll send an MQTT message to Home Assistant that says toggle the light, that's probably the simplest way to get it done. All right. Actually, need to just. You guys are awesome. I love just looking through the chat and seeing that somebody had a question and somebody else answered, and you go back and forth and help each other out. Fantastic. Nick, use Node-RED exclusively. Keep wanting to try Home Assistant. To be honest, you see anything going to give me that Node-RED cannot. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Nick. Yeah, I don't know enough about Node-RED, and as a standalone as far as the hub goes. But if you know Node-RED, go for it. I think the thing that you might get with Hass.io would just be a different UI, But if you like what you can make with, because there's a Node-RED dashboard, right? Something like that. And there's probably other dashboards that you can use. So I wish I knew Node-RED. I really would love to get to know it better. I tried again the other day to just sit down and tinker with it, and I didn't get very far. All right, fellas, I think I'm going to take off. Yeah, last couple questions. Anybody else got anything else they want to chat about? I love having these little streams. I'll be more careful with the stream button, but from now on, if I hit it on accident, I'll stick it out. I'm not going to turn it off. I'll just be like, oh, well, guess we're streaming. Yeah, I used the Node-RED dashboard. Yeah, I saw it. I haven't played with it, but I know it looks good. Well, if you, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. If there's anything that you guys are chatting about and you want to keep on chatting, head to Discord or head to Facebook. Let me just post those one more time. Here's Facebook. And here's Discord. And on Discord, of course, you can, you don't have to do chat just in the main chat with everybody else. You can just single somebody out and chat directly with them. It's a pretty handy, and you can do calls. You can do voice calls and you can do screen shares. So, oh, cool. Thanks, James. I think I got your message about it. I clicked on it and then got distracted. And then the Discord. Copy link. And then there's Discord. Who am I? I am DrZzs on Discord. Nobody wanted that name. I don't know why. All right. Hey, you guys are welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with all your projects and things. Let me know if I can help. But if I can't help, I know for sure that there are plenty of people that can. So have a good time. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Adios.